Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam
wabarakatuh.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Today we are from B4 class. We'll do the test from Miss Mundria and we are going to do the presentation about marketing and advertisement. Next slide. So the presenter of this class is me. My name is Yanita, and then we also have Tadenia and Kang Fauzan. Next. First slide, what is marketing? Marketing is the management process of identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirement profitability. Jadi, marketing itu adalah sebuah proses yang di-manage dari mengidentifikasi, mengantisipasi, memuaskan keinginan pelanggan, tapi itu harus memberikan hasil atau profit kepada kita sebagai produsen. Next slide. Why is marketing has an important role in business? The importance of marketing for your business is that it makes the customer aware of your products or service, engage them, and helps them make them buying our stuff. Jadi kita butuh banget marketing karena dengan marketing kita itu bisa mempromosikan barang kita dan membuat mereka itu tahu kalau kita itu eksis loh in this business, kita ada, terus juga kasih mereka pengetahuan tentang apa yang kita jual, fungsinya, harganya, dan lain-lain, dan bisa buat bikin mereka itu jadi beli barang-barang kita. Next slide. Importance of marketing. We have seven reason why marketing is important. The first one is customer satisfaction. The measurement that determines how happy customer are with the company's product, services, or capabilities. Jadi customer satisfaction itu ukurannya itu adalah seberapa sukanya, seberapa happy-nya customer terhadap produk kita, service kita, atau kemampuan kita dalam melayani mereka. And then the second one is corporate image. Corporate image itu reputasi, describe the manners in which company, its activities, and its produce or service are perceived by outsider. Jadi gimana si kita itu sebagai sebuah company dilihat sama orang lain, image-nya, reputasinya, manner kita, activity yang kita lakukan, bahkan produk sama service kita itu kelihatannya tuh kayak gimana sih sama orang lain, itu tuh bisa dilihat dari cara kita memasarkan atau memarketingkan produk kita. And then we have competitive advantage. Having a competitive advantage can create greater value for a company and its shareholder because of the certain strength it has when compared to its competition. Jadi kayak yang tadi udah disebutin, marketing kita itu juga bisa menentukan kekuatan kita kalau dibandingkan dengan marketing kita. Misalnya si sales kita itu arogan dibandingkan sales toko sebelah. Nah, itu kan bisa jadi penilaian kita itu jadi kelemahan kita. Tapi kalau kita sebagai salesnya itu mempromosikan dan marketingannya dengan sangat baik, nanti orang pasti bilang, oh, mendingan beli di dia deh, marketingnya ramah daripada di sebelah. Padahal misalkan our product is worse than them gitu, itu doesn't matter. Yang penting marketing kita, kalau marketing kita bagus gitu, jadinya doesn't matter biasanya. And then number 4, we have expansion of business. It's a growth strategy which involves offering your existing product or service to a new market. So we as a company, even if we already have our own market, by marketing we can expand our market. Jadi kita harus maintain yang udah ada customer, tapi kita juga harus tetap open new possibilities about new market supaya company kita tuh tetap grow bigger and bigger. And then number 5, we have brand loyalty. Is when a customer chooses to repeatedly buy a product produced by the same company despite competitors' effort to entice them. Sama kayak nomor 4 tadi, jadi di sini brand loyalty ini terjadi ketika emang produk kita bagus, marketing kita bagus, yang bisa menyebabkan si customer itu udah deh belinya di sini aja, keep repeating gitu. Repeat order terus tanpa peduli competitors kita tuh lebih bagus atau lebih buruk atau lebih gimana, karena mereka udah nyaman sama kita. Salah satunya itu dikarenakan oleh marketingnya. And then number 6, organizational objective. are medium and short-term aims that a company pursues to accomplish a long-term goals. This objective allows a company to evaluate its performance, business strategy, and productivity levels. Jadi intinya si marketing ini juga membantu kita untuk mencapai mau short term ataupun long term dari tujuan perusahaan kita. Caranya gimana? Caranya dengan kita tuh mengevaluasi performance kita, bisnis strategi kita, sama level dari produktivitas kita. Nah, itu tuh ternyata bisa dilihat dari cara kita memarketingkan barang kita. Terakhir, optimum utilization of resources. It's a growth strategy which involves offering your existing product, service to a market. Jadi intinya si strateginya itu ya kita kembangin terus gimana caranya untuk mempresentasikan, memarketingkan produk yang sebenarnya tuh udah ada gitu. And then next slide. What are the goals of marketing? Yang pertama, the most important goal of marketing itu adalah to ensure a company's growth. This can be achieved by devising an effective market strategy and attracting new customers while retaining old customers. Jadi, marketing itu nggak cuma tentang menarik perhatian dari klien baru, tapi juga also maintaining our old customer lama kita. Jadi tuh nggak bisa cuman, ayo nyari yang baru, sedangkan yang lama enggak, karena old customer itu akan menciptakan brand loyalty yang tadi. Jadi old customer yang kita manage dengan baik itu akan menjadi orang yang loyal ke kita. Nah, other goals-nya itu ada establishing industry authority, increasing customer value, increasing brand awareness, boosting brand engagement, and improving internal brands. Sorry, I'm going to ask first. Tita, ini slide keberapa ya? Ini slide keberapa ya? Is it 7? Tita, can you answer me for a second? Ini slide keberapa ya? 7. Oh, okay. Okay, this is going to be my last slide. So, here we have the way to create successful marketing strategies. Kita butuh 4 ya. Hal yang kita butuhkan untuk menciptakan marketing strategis yang sukses. Yang pertama, produk. Ya, of course, we have to have a good product. Produk kita juga harus terus dikembangkan, terus diefektifkan, terus dievaluasi untuk menjadi produk yang memang layak untuk dipasarkan dan memang bisa mampu mengsatisfy customer. Yang kedua, kita butuh price. Price itu memang dalam pembuatannya itu agak tricky karena kita nggak bisa cuman menetapkan harga barang dengan melihat, oh yaudah deh harga baku segini, kita barangnya segini. Nggak bisa, itu tetap kan harus ada cost untuk bikinnya, terus misalkan mesinnya, atau misalkan penelitiannya, buat improvingnya, segala macamnya. Tapi it's a little bit tricky because if it's too pricey, a customer mungkin judge kayak, aduh terlalu mahal deh. Tapi if it's too low, kalau misalkan terlalu murah juga customer bisa mikir kayak, oh that one's too cheap lah, I think the quality is bad. Jadi penempatan harga itu sangat-sangat penting. Jangan sampai terlalu murah, tapi jangan juga sampai terlalu mahal. And then we have places. Place juga sangat penting banget. Kita harus tahu tempat kita mau memarketingkan sesuatu. Kalau misalkan kita punya produk tenda, misalkan, kita nggak bisa marketingnya itu ditaruh di hotel. Itu nggak mungkin. Karena kan mereka mau tidur, ngapain mereka beli tenda. Kalau misalkan kita memarketingkan mobil, nggak mungkin lah kita marketingnya di maybe pasar sebenarnya masih mungkin, cuman akan lebih efektif dan lebih efisien apabila kita memarketingkannya itu di hotel atau di tempat-tempat lain yang memang pasarnya tuh sesuai. And then the last one is about promotion. It acts as a link between business and customer. Jadi promosi itu adalah jembatan antara si bisnis kita sama customer kita. Furthermore, promotion educate customer about products. Jadi yang tadi ya, selain memasarkan itu, kita dalam marketing gak cuma nyuruh mereka buat beli, tapi at least kita educate our customer to know our value, our product, sama gunanya apa, fungsinya apa gitu. So while devising promotional marketing strategies, do not forget to highlight the USP, unique selling point of product or service. Jadi ketika kita memmarketkan sesuatu itu ya kita harus langsung kasih unique selling point-nya, jangan bertele-tele karena kan pasti kalau misalnya kita ketemu marketing officer, sales gitu di tempat pasti mereka kayak boleh nggak Kak minta waktunya 2 menit aja, 1 menit aja. Nah di 1 menit itu kita harus bisa engage them ya dengan cara USP ini, unique selling point. Okay, so for the next one, it's going to be presented by Teh Denia.
Okay, now I will present about advertising. But first of all, can you hear my voice?
Yes, we have.
Okay. So what is advertising? Advertising is a way of marketing your business in order to increase sales or make your audience aware of your products or services. Jadi maksudnya itu pengiklanan ini adalah salah satu cara marketing yang bertujuan untuk meningkatkan penjualan atau membuat si consumer mengetahui tentang produk atau service yang berada di bisnis kita. Until a customer deals with you directly and actually buys your product or services, your advertising may help to form their first impression of your business. Jadi sebelum si customer itu datang nih ke tempat bisnis kalian, si customer itu malah lebih duluan tahu tentang servis kalian. Nah, karena mereka itu sudah mengetahui dari advertise itu sehingga membentuk kesan pertama mereka yang baik. Okay, next. So what are the goals of advertising? Jadi kira-kira apa sih goal dari pengiklanan? Advertising is used to inform consumers about new products, services, ideas on the market. In this case, it implies the introduction of goods on the market as well as the search for mass consumer. Jadi pengiklanan ini digunakan untuk menginformasikan consumer tentang produk baru, tentang service, atau tentang idea kita. Nah, maksudnya ini bisa dalam hal ini, advertising ini untuk memperkenalkan produk-produk yang ada di market. Dan juga biasanya produk-produk itu juga biasanya digunakan oleh konsumer yang banyak. Okay, next. So there are 9 benefits of advertising. First, it provide basic information such as your contact details and website address. Yang pertama adalah menyediakan basic informasi seperti kontak atau website. And then for the second is increase sales by telling potential customers about your product or service. Jadi benefit selanjutnya adalah untuk meningkatkan penjualan dengan cara untuk memberitahu pada konsumer tentang produk atau service yang ada di bisnis kita. And then tell customers about changes to your service, new product launch, special offers, and improvements. Nah, biasanya yang nomor 3 itu bisnis yang udah ada, bukan yang baru. Karena si advertising ini memberitahu konsumen tentang perubahan yang ada di service atau produk baru yang muncul di bisnis itu. And then for the fourth, from specific action, perhaps getting customer to visit your premises or website or use a discount voucher by a specific time. Nomor 4 itu menginformasikan customer untuk mengunjungi website atau mengunjungi store karena si store itu sedang menyediakan diskon atau voucher dalam batas waktu tertentu. And then for the fifth benefit, remind existing customers about your business. Memberitahu atau mengingatkan customer bahwa ada nih produk yang ada di bisnis kami. And then for the sixth, change people attitude and perception of your business. Merubah perlakuan atau cara pandang orang-orang tentang bisnis kalian. And then for the seventh, help to create or develop a distinctive brand for your business. Ini bisa membantu meningkatkan ke-awareness tentang brand kalian. And then for the eighth, generate awareness of your business. Nah, ini juga sama untuk meningkatkan pengetahuan, untuk meningkatkan ketahuan si customer tentang bisnis kita. And then for the last, develop a particular market niche or position. Okay, next. Target your customers. Decide whether your target audience is local or regional, national or a mixture. Before selecting a type of media, you should find out from the media business and other independent sources about their circulation or audience figures. Maksudnya adalah si pemilik bisnis harus memutuskan bahwa si targetnya itu ada lokal atau regional, nasional, internasional, atau bahkan campuran dari mereka. Nah, sebelum memilih media untuk mengiklankan, nah si pemilik bisnis ini harus mengetahui tentang preference dari si customer-nya. Basically, you need to know how many, where, and who to. Figure can normally be broken down into age group, average income, and other useful indicators. Nah, setelah kalian tahu nih medianya, nah kalian harus tahu berapa banyak, di mana akan disebarkan advertising-nya dan kepada siapa. Nah, biasanya si advertising ini bisa dikategorikan dengan umur, pendapatan, atau indikator lainnya. Now, remember, you have a duty to ensure that your advertising is legal, decent, honest, and truthfully. Jadi untuk pembuat pengiklannya itu harus ensure bahwa si advertising ini itu legal, pantas, jujur, dan bisa dipercaya. Okay, next. So, there are type of advertising. First is local advertising. Advertising locally can benefit any businesses, especially small business and sole traders. Example of local advertising include leaflet drops, supermarket boards, postcard in shop windows, advertising rented at railway station, bus stop or on buses, roundabout island, leisure centers, or doctor surgeries. And then local organization, newsletter, programs, and magazines. And then a sign outside your business premises. And the last is local and regional newspaper, magazine, and directories. The next presenter will be presented by Fauzan.
The second one is internet or online directories. Advertising on the internet can be cost-effective and gives national and international coverage that you may otherwise be unable to afford. Examples of internet advertising include advertising on your own website. Ensure your website is up-to-date, relevant, and geared towards increasing sales. Make it easy for your customer to find their way around their website and other from and contact you. Advertising your business on other websites. Use banner and pop-up advertising to promote your business and link through to your own website. And the last is getting into an online directory. You get set up in entries with directories like Yale.com or ThompsonLocal.com, as well as more specialized directories. Next. And the third is trade and technical press. If your business sells to other business, advertisement in this publication can be useful way of gaining sales, product inquiries, higher profile trade partnership, and even potential investors. And the fourth is radio. Most people listen to the radio for music or comment, often while doing other things, and so your advert will rely on repetition to have any effect. You could consider sponsoring certain features, such as the weather or travel news, to make your advert stand out. Next slide. The fifth is cinema. Local cinema advertising offers a captive audience with a long dwell time for your advertisements. And the sixth is outdoor advertising. Includes every outdoor medium from static billboard to moving adverts, example on buses. You may need planning permission for some types of outdoor advertising, most poster and some types of sign. The seventh, national papers, magazine, and TV. This can be costly but help you reach a wide audience. You should uh, You should get guidance on readership and audience figures before deciding to advertise nationally. Next slide, please. Write an advertisement. A good advertisement should have a well-targeted headline. This should catch the reader's attention and make them want to read on. And the second is clear design. Don't clutter the layout and avoid small or complicated typefaces. Make sure your contact details are easily visible. And the third is well-written text or copy. Good copy draws attention to the benefits of the product or service and should answer the question, what's in it for me? Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide, please. Thank you. The ways to create successful advertising. First, do your research. Advertising is all about knowing your audience. Before you think about designing an ad, do your research. Who is your target audience? How old are they? Are they men or women? Once you know this, you can move on to figuring out the best way to connect with them. And the second is pick the perfect placement. Now you need to find out what they are reading and where they searching. The best way to do it is to pull up media kits from a variety of publication. Then you can match your target audience demographic to the publication demographics. Choose an eye-catching design. You need to capture your audience attention with a standout design. Choose an image that appeals to your target. Use colors that fit your product and brand. Also, don't forget to add your logo in the design. Your ad should make it easy for potential customer to find and purchase your products. And the last is make it memorable and unique. Your ads needs to make consumers stop and stare. Try making it funny, sad, or heartfelt. Appealing to shoppers' emotion is a great way to make them remember your product. They might not remember every aspect of your advertisement, but they'll remember how it made them feel. Next slide, please. The way to create successful advertising, don't be too promotional. You need to sell without selling. Focus on your customer and how your product solves his or her problems. Stay away from telling customer why your business is the best. Shoppers don't care about that. They care about how you can help them improve their lives. And the next is promote it. Show your followers and fans where they can find you. Send out an email to consumers telling them you've been featured in magazine X and possibly even give discount or a special item to consumers who find your advertisements. Not only will this increase your reach, but it will also help your business gain credibility. Next slide, please. I think that's all from us. The asking session is begin now.
Okay, that's all from us, and the question answer session will be separated from this one because the Zoom is almost over. So thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, everyone. Now it's time for us to do the question and answer section. You could deliver your question and another friend at this class, if you have the answer, don't hesitate to try to answer it. Thank you. Siapa dulu pertanyaan pertama? Ada yang mau bertanya?
Yes.
Can I?
Oh,
Okay.
Denny dulu. Oke.
Kang Denny first. After this, Tehania, okay?
Okay. Thank you for the Senderita to give me a chance for asking. Based your definition about advertising is a way of marketing your business in order to increase sales or make your audience aware of your product or service. So advertising may help to form their first impression of your business. So are there any requirements in the advertisement creation procedure? And what kind of good advertising that can be received in society? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kang Denny, for the answer. Is there anyone who wants to answer the question?
Yes, Kania.
Silakan, Teh.
Oke. Thanks before. Sebelumnya karena ini tentang marketing, ada beberapa pertanyaan tentang yang tadi dibicarakan di promotion. Nah, jika keberhasilan seorang marketing, salah satunya di segi promotion, di dalamnya itu harus melihat kelebihan si promotionnya itu sendiri. Nah, maka dari itu apa yang dimaksud USP secara jelas dan detailnya atau secara singkatnya? Thank you.
Oh, yang Tehania question juga ya?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any more question? One more question, and then we are going to try to answer it.
Can I?
Siapa?
Another question.
Okay, boleh tuh Sylvie. Another question.
Is there any persuasive words to attract customers in advertisement?
Okay, so we have 3 questions from Kang Denny. It's about the requirements for the creation procedure sama good advertising yang bisa diterima di society. Terus from Tehania, kemampuan apa yang bisa membuat marketing itu berhasil, sama dari Tel Sylvia pertanyaannya persuasive word untuk attract consumer.
Sorry Teh Senda, yang Kania yang USP.
Oh, yang USP. Oke.
Ya.
Oke, wait. Tehania boleh diulang lagi pertanyaan yang USP. I'm going to try to answer the question.
Oke, wait. Oke, tadi pertanyaannya itu, jika keberhasilan seorang marketing itu salah satunya dari segi promotion, nah yang di dalamnya harus melihat, di dalamnya itu kan harus melihat kelebihan dari si promotionnya itu sendiri. Nah, di situ disampaikan ada poin USP, maka dari itu apa yang dimaksud USP itu tersebut secara singkatnya aja. Thank you.
Ya, izin menjawab. USP tadi udah dijelasin ya, kalau USP itu unique selling point, di mana kita point out all the goods in our product atau service yang baik-baiknya kita sebutin semua di dalam waktu yang sesingkat-singkatnya untuk meng-attract customer. Jadi USP itu unique selling point. Oke, ada yang mau menjawab untuk pertanyaan Teh Silvi sama Kang Denny?
May I try to answer Sylvia's question?
Okay, of course.
Okay, Sylvia say, Sylvia asked, is there any persuasive words to attract customers in advertisement? The answer is yes. There is powerful persuasive words to attract customers, like free word, exclusive, easy, limited, and graduated. Is that clear, Sylvia?
Boleh menambahkan?
Oke.
Kalau dari katanya, misalnya, if you love it, buy it, or it the best thing, it the right thing for you, misalnya gitu. Kalau untuk di advertisement.
Okay, is it clear enough? If it's clear enough, we are going to continue to Kang Denny's question.
I think it's enough, Teh Sindanita.
Okay, we're going to continue with Kang Denny question tentang requirement in ad creation procedure ya Kang ya. Ada yang mau mencoba untuk menjawab sebelumnya? Okay, if no one's going to answer it, I'm going to try to answer it. Wait. In my personal opinion, advertising yang bisa diterima di masyarakat itu, yang penting dia nggak menyinggung kayak, wait for a minute.
Mungkin unsur sara gitu, gitu.
Ya, tidak menyinggung sara, agama, ras dan lain-lain. Tapi selain itu juga marketing juga biasanya harus tidak ambigu. Jadi bahasanya nggak boleh yang menimbulkan keambiguan, terus tidak bertele-tele, terus menggunakan bahasa umum, informatif, objektif, sama buat secara modern atau disesuaikan dengan sesuatu yang lagi happening. Jadi kepada customer-nya itu jadi lebih related gitu si iklan kita itu. I think that's all for the question. Is there any more question?
Oke, aku mau bertanya, Catherine.
Ya, mangga.
Tapi sorry aku sebelum off cam, ini sih aku tuh pengen nanya. Aku tuh masih kurang terlalu paham tentang tugas seorang marketing. Boleh dikasih tahu teh gambarannya aja. Makasih.
Okay, is there someone who wants to try to answer Teh Catherine's question?
Boleh saya?
Ya, boleh Teh Siska, silahkan.
Jadi tugas seorang marketing itu secara umum yaitu mencari informasi yang dibutuhkan konsumen dan mungkin menginterpersonate produk yang akan dikembangkan oleh perusahaan melalui kelebihan maupun kekurangan dari produk itu sendiri. Kemudian tentunya mempromosikan barang yang akan dijual dan yang terakhir yaitu branding. Mungkin seperti itu.
Teh Catherine, is it enough?
Oh ya, strategi Teh Sinda.
Okay, if there's still we still have any question? Do we still have any question?
Boleh bertanya.
Boleh Teh Ade, si mangga.
Pertama, untuk pertanyaannya, Yusita masih bingung membedakan apa itu sales dan apa itu marketing, karena di lingkungan biasanya kan disebutnya, kalau marketing itu disebutnya sales, ada sales gitu. Jadi apa sih yang membedakan dari sales dan marketing itu?
Okay. Is there someone who wants to try to answer?
May I?
Mangga Teh Aidita.
Okay. So the difference between marketing and sales gitu. Kalau misalnya secara bahasa aja gitu kan, marketing itu kan memasarkan, sedangkan sales itu menjual. Kalau dari tadi kan ada pertanyaan dari Teh Catherine yang menanyakan tentang tugas seorang marketing, yang tugasnya itu adalah mencari informasi apa yang dibutuhkan customer, terus mempromosikan barang yang dijual, sama branding gitu. Sementara kalau sales itu tugasnya adalah menjual produk tersebut gitu. Jadi bedanya itu kayak gitu. Jadi kalau marketing mah memasarkan gitu, mempromosikan, membranding. Sementara sales itu menjual gitu. Nah, itu sih Teh Desi.
Desi, is it enough? Okay. Okay, do we still have more question? Maybe 2 more question? Do we still have more question? I think enough. Okay, if it's enough, I think that's all from us. Thank you for your all participation. And I'm sorry, saya mewakilkan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you.